Okay, so we'll quickly do it. Again, today you will have a 1 hour session, a little more than 1 hour. Okay, that is good news number one. Second is whenever I get the second slot of 1 hour, I will do it. This is my last chapter, current electricity 2, after which we'll anyway do revision. So I need to complete current electricity 2, how much ever time I get. Okay, so all of you have the module. Okay. So current electricity 2 actually is your 10th standard and 11th standard current electricity. Actually, 10th standard and 11th standard current and electricity. That means you had heat, you had resistors in series, you had resistance in parallel. If you're HSC board or if you're CBSE board, you had a chapter called current in your 10th standard. That same chapter is taken ahead. Okay. So I will do some problems and some I'll give it to you as homework. We'll finish the concept application exercise 1. And then we will stop. Okay. So in the meantime, whatever current electricity 2 is as a part of JEE is not the most asked part. The most asked part in current electricity is actually KVL, KCL, meter bridge. Okay, these three. Okay, and if you're lucky, you will get color code of resistor, which fortunately for you has been asked many times. I hope that you remember of color code of resistance. This part, the main thing is JEE exercises 1 and JEE exercises 2. That we will do it, but we will do some concept application also so that you get a refresher. So my suggestion is once you open current electricity 2, you start reading it. It is mostly your 10th standard. Okay, what is important or what you might need in the future is page number 5. Come to page number 5. Come to page number 5. Now listen. In that, can you see the side heading 3.1? In page number 5, can you see the side heading 3.1? Combination of bulbs or any electrical appliances in series and any electrical appliances in parallel. What happens to the power consumed? Okay, we know when any cells are connected in series, what happens when cells are connected in parallel. Oh, over here, very important part is power consumed, power dissipated, and all that. Therefore, either I can connect the bulbs in series or I can connect the bulbs in parallel. If you look at the first point, when the bulbs are in series, the total power consumed, just check. It is 1 by P is equal to 1 by P1 plus 1 by P2 plus ... Okay, and look at it in parallel. The total power in parallel is P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus ... Pn. Therefore, if you look at these two, can I say it is exactly like capacitors? Just think. We have done capacitors, right? What is capacitors in series? Capacitors in series is 1 by Cs is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. And what is capacitance in parallel? Cp is equal to C1 plus C2. Therefore, power follows a similar logic. Okay. And if n bulbs are connected in series, the total power gets divided by that factor. And if n bulbs are connected in parallel, the total power gets multiplied by that factor. That is point number 2. Check. Therefore, if n bulbs are connected in series, it is P by n, and otherwise it is NP. Okay. Can you tell me what will be P parallel by P series? If that's the ratio. Do you have the direct formula? P parallel by P series, if they ask the ratio, what will you give the answer as? That is power in parallel divided by power in series. What will you give the answer as? Malhar is saying something?
N square.
N square, correct? That is in fact 3.2 first point. Just check section 3.2 and check the first point under section 3.2. If n identical bulbs first connected in series and then connected in parallel, if I do the ratio of PP by PS, that is power in parallel divided by power in series, then my ratio will be N square. Very important shortcut. Okay, very important shortcut. And look at the brightness. Okay. What is point number 3 in the table? Just check point number 3 in the table. Very important. Lesser wattage will give more bright light. Please remember this statement carefully. Series combination bulb of lesser wattage will give more bright light and potential difference across it will be more. If potential difference across it will be more, definitely bright light only will come because potential difference is related to brightness. And over here, more current will pass through it. You know, because in parallel, current adds up, voltage remains constant. And in series, current is constant and voltage adds up. Therefore, did you understand the last line? Potential difference across it will be more, because you know when any component is connected in series, voltage adds up, and in parallel, see what they have written, the current will pass through more. That means in parallel the current passes more. Very, very important table for you in some of the MCQs. I'm not talking about concept, I'm talking about main JEE exercises. Okay, rare topic, but there in the part of the syllabus. So I want you to make a table in your own words, right? Especially bulbs, okay? They have given bulbs or any other electrical appliances, but usually what happens is you get bulb or you get heater, okay? Heaters in series, heaters in parallel, or you get kettle, you know, kettle, tea kettle, okay? So, but you remember it as bulb itself, okay? So write down bulbs in series and bulbs in parallel. Remember, this table is completely everything to do only with power. We are dealing only with power in this table. So what happens when bulbs are connected in series, what happens to the power? And when bulbs are connected in parallel, what happens to the power? Okay, start making a note. Whereas exactly opposite, reciprocal. That's it.
Okay,
If that is the case, you take reciprocal. So you have one ratio. If you flip the ratio, answer will be reciprocal. Okay, Paras.
yes, sir.
You can also write that point, that is 3.2 first point. If n identical bulbs first connected in series and then in parallel, then the ratio PP by PS, that means power in parallel divided by power in series, that will become n square. That will become n square. That will become n square. Okay. Now, illustration 2 on page number 7, take it as your homework 1. Page number 7, illustration 2. I'm telling you this homework because this will help you in your main JEE level 2. Okay. Page 7, illustration 2. Made a note? Homework 1. Next page. Next page. See illustration 3. Okay. It's a pure current electricity problem. But most of the times what happens is the answer is given wrong. Now I'll give you time. All of you frankly draw the circuit, solve it. It's very easy. It is series and parallel. See the answer and tell me if you're getting it. If you're not getting it, I'll do it on the screen. It's a very, very simple and straightforward current electricity problem. Read the question, look at the circuit and let me know if you can manage. If not, I'll do it on the screen. Okay, start. If you're getting it, let me know you're getting it. Okay, see it step by step. How much power is dissipated across the 6 ohm resistance? That is the final question. So you're supposed to get that final answer. Do it step by step. It is anyway done step by step only in the illustration. I'm asking you to let me know. One person only till now, others confirm. Do it, start solving. Don't just read it, start solving, see whether your answer is matching step by step. They've given it anyway step by step. Malhar, very good. Rudra, very good. Rudra, Malhar, 2 people. Others, just check. Aniket, very good. Pera is good. Shayam, good. Devansh, Divya, okay. You have to solve it, okay? If you understand, it's good. But if a similar type problem comes, especially the power in the middle branch, resistance in the middle branch has to be equivalent, and then you have to get the power, okay, in the middle branch. Okay, time up. Correct, Paras. Correct. Okay, good. Easy. See, it looks easy, okay? Looks easy because you're doing this chapter, you're doing power topic. Now, if this question comes randomly in your exam, then it becomes a problem. Okay, so please understand that it is straightforward. It is a three-step thing, and options are also far apart 3, 6, 9, 12, something like that. So, at least if you can even round it off and you can get an approximate answer, it will be fine. Okay, next. Okay, see illustration 5. One more type of problem that they will ask you. First, let me read it out. Let me tell you the logic. Then again, you tell me whether you have understood or not. Okay. So they are saying in a house, they're having a 220-volt line, which is a normal Indian house, 220-volt line that is supply. Okay. The following appliances are operating. Means in a single house, there is 160-watt bulb, there is 1000-watt heater, and there is a 40-watt radio. Means there are 3 appliances. Calculate the current drawn by each. What is the current drawn by the heater? What is the current passing through the fuse? Now, they are saying what is the total current passing through the fuse? That means I have to calculate current through each device individually. Okay. Therefore, if you look at the answer, current drawn by the heater, it is P by V. You know what is P by V? The basic formula for power is VI. That is power equal to voltage into current. Are you aware of this basic formula? Current, electricity, 11 standard also. Therefore, what is the total current by the heater? Power divided by voltage. Same way, power divided by voltage for the bulb and power divided by voltage for the radio. Totally, you will get 3 currents. One taken by the heater, one taken by the bulb, one taken by the radio. Just check. 5 by 11, 3 by 11, 2 by 11. And they are saying the total current which is passing through the fuse is addition. Can you tell me why addition and why not 1 by R or 1 by current plus 1 by current? Tell me why have they added? See the second question, what is the total current passing through the fuse? Fuse means fuse will take all the current together, correct? So all the current together, if a fuse has to take, it has to add individually the current for each appliances. Now tell me, if I add 2 more appliances, can I say I have to individually calculate the current also for that appliance? And then I have to add that to the final answer. This example as such is not important. The logic is important. So see the second part of the question. Now, can you tell me if only the second part of the question was asked, even that would be enough. What is current passing through the fuse? They're asking what is the current drawn by the heater as a separate question, which is not necessary. Because anyway, while calculating the total current through the fuse, you will need the total current through the heater or bulb or whatever. So in the exam, the question will be what is the total current passing through the fuse? And if you see, answer is a round figure. Answer is a round figure. Now, don't look at the answer. Can you try on your own now? The logic is correct. There are only 2 formulas. One is P equal to V into I. So I have to calculate individually. And one is direct addition of all the currents to the fuse line. So do that and let me know. Understood? Just let me know whether you have got it once you get the answer. Answer, you should get it as 5 ampere itself. Same, no plus minus 1. Okay, done. Now, illustration 7, take it as your homework 2. Illustration 7, take it as your homework 2, page number 9. Illustration 7, take it as your homework 2. Illustration 8, take it as your homework 3. Illustration 8, take it as your homework 3. Illustration 8, listen to this, look at the logic. Okay, it's a balanced Wheatstone network. Okay, it's a balanced Wheatstone network. Therefore, you have to find heat produced in each arm. And you have to use the balancing condition and get the answer. That is the clue. Okay, balanced Wheatstone network. Illustration 8 is your homework 3. Illustration 10 is your homework 4. Illustration 10 is your homework 4. Illustration 11 is your homework 5. Illustration 11 is your homework 5. Now, coming to concept application exercise 1. Everyone come to concept application exercise 1. Start with the first one. Okay, now these are concept questions. Therefore, please solve it well and then we will discuss one by one. So start concept application question number 1. Start solving. Okay, I've got few answers. Now, listen to this. If two wires having the resistance R and 2R, both are joined in series and parallel, then the ratio of heat generated in the situation is. So I have used the formula heat is equal to V square T by R. Do you remember this formula? Or can anyone tell me how did this formula come? Heat is same as energy actually. Correct? Does anyone know from where this V square by R is actually
E
power?
is equal to
Correct?
V square.
How do I know V square by R is power? Actually, power is equal to V into I. I is equal to V by R. Ohm's law. Therefore, V square by R. And you know that power into time is energy. Power into time is energy. Energy is nothing but heat because both are joule. Therefore, heat from this case, if V and T are constant, is inversely proportional to R. Therefore, can I say heat in parallel divided by heat in series, or heat in series divided by heat in parallel is equal to resistance in parallel by resistance in series. Resistance in parallel divided by resistance in series. How do I know that? I know that because H is inversely proportional to R. Therefore, they are asking us the same voltage. Check. Applying the same voltage. That's why I use the formula. And I want to get the ratio of heat generated in this situation. That means heat generated when it is in series is to heat generated when it is in parallel. In other words, I have to calculate Rp is to Rs. Now, I hope you know how to find resistance in parallel and resistance in series. Resistance in parallel will be 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by 2R. Understood how? Because one resistor is R, one resistor is 2R. Therefore, tell me, what will be the resistance in parallel?
2R by 3.
2R by 3. Actually, 2R square by 3R. So it is 2R by 3. R and R will cancel. 2R by 3 divided by how much?
3R.
3R, because R plus 2R will become 3R. R plus 2R will become 3R. Therefore, the resistance in series is addition and resistance in parallel is 1 by RP. Again, R and R will cancel. Therefore, 2 divided by 3 into 3, 9. Therefore, answer is C. Did you understand this? And why did I use this particular formula? H is equal to V square T by R, because they have said V is constant. That is why I came to this conclusion. Check in the question whether they have written voltage is constant. Voltage is constant means have they mentioned same voltage anywhere in the question?
Can you re-explain?
Yes, I'll re-explain. What is the formula for heat in terms of voltage? I know the formula for heat is power into time. This much you got? Formula for heat is
Yes,
power
sir.
into time. Now power I know is VI into T, correct? But
Yes,
I
sir.
want same voltage, therefore I will write I also in terms of V. Therefore I will write I is equal to V by R into T, Ohm's law. Therefore I get V square T by R, correct? That is my formula for heat. But they said the voltage is same. Therefore, can I conclude that H is inversely proportional to R, assuming voltage and time is constant? Now, if H is inversely proportional to R, H series will be inversely proportional to this, and H parallel will be like this. Therefore, can I say heat in series divided by heat in parallel is same as resistance in parallel divided by resistance in series? Clear, Sumitra?
Yes, sir.
Now, resistance in parallel formula, you know, 1 by Rp equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus dot dot dot. And resistance in series, what is the formula? R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now, the two resistances are R and 2R. Therefore, when I do it in parallel, I will get 2R by 3. And when I do it in series, I will get 3R. R plus 2R is 3R. And in parallel, it is 2R by 3. Actually, 3 by 2R, but you have to take reciprocal again. Therefore, can I say this R and this R will cancel? So 2 divided by 9. 2 divided by 9 is nothing but HS by HP. Now, HS by HP is what? Heat in series is to heat in parallel. That is what they have asked. Ratio of heat in series and heat is parallel. Therefore, answer will be C. Just check.
Yes, sir.
All of you, please confirm whether you have got it. Please confirm that you have got this particular problem. Got it, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Start with the second one. All of you, start. It's a theory question. Answer is direct. Correct, Rudra. Perfect. Sumitra, correct. Divya, correct. Rudra, Devansh, correct. Others try to answer. Yash, Aniket, Peras, all correct. Okay, 30 more seconds. All of you try. Shayan, correct. Sakshi, correct. It's a straightforward question. They are in parallel, therefore, whichever what is more is powerful will consume more current. Therefore, which is having more wattage? A is having 60, B is having 100. Therefore, higher wattage will draw more current in parallel. Therefore, answer is C. And all of you gave me the answer. have given me this answer only. Very good. I've got other people also giving me Shayan, Sakshi, and Rahul. Direct. Second answer is also C. First answer is C. Even the second answer is C. Getting it, all of you? Start with third one. Start with the third one. Heat produced will be maximum in. Where is more current passing? Malhar correct. Savi correct. Very good. Sumitra correct. Yash correct. Very good answers. Siddesh correct. Devansh, check your answer once. Correct. No. Shayan correct. Devansh, check your answer. Correct now. Sakshi correct. Whereas try once more. Divya correct. Rudra correct. Whichever resistant draws the most current will actually have more heat. So can I say in B and C it gets divided? Correct? It gets divided. But A gets undivided current from the source, correct? Therefore, directly answer is A. It is a straightforward question. Tell me B and C will be having the same heat, yes or no? Just reply yes or no. Will resistor B and C will they generate the same heat? Therefore, can I say A greater than B equal to C? Can I say for overall circuit, this is the equation A greater than B
Yes,
equal
sir.
to C. Okay. Now, let us go to an actual question. Now, this question was for BitSat, actually. It is there also in your archives. We will try to solve this and try to understand this question, okay? More than one step to solve it, which is question number 4. Answer is in words, but you have to show me the answer in numerical. Means you have to show me why or how. Read question number 4. What will happen, because there are two lamps, one is 40 watt 220 volt and one is 100 watt 220 volt. They are connected in series across a 40 volt supply. Then what will happen? Fuse means connect, fuse means start. Will it start or will it glow? Something like that. So for that, what you need to do is, first you need to take bulb 1. Okay, please listen to me. Do the steps that I tell you. And then if you have your own steps, you can do it. But first listen to my steps. Now take bulb 1. Tell me what is the current related to bulb 1 and take bulb 2. Tell me what is the current related to bulb 2. In turn, tell me what is the resistance related to bulb 1 and what is the resistance related to bulb 2. Now tell me, can you find Aniket correct? Savi correct? Because they're giving answer in theory. I want answer in numerical, but answer is correct. Aniket, Savi, answer is correct. Okay. Tell me, what is the current in bulb 1? Now, how do you calculate the current? You know that P equal to VI. Therefore, I is equal to P by V. Agreed? I is equal to P by V. Here also, I is equal to P by V. Tell me what is the first answer? What is the current generated in bulb 1 and what is the current generated in bulb 2? Tell me, are you getting these answers? 2 by 11 and 5 by 11. Getting it? Check.
Yes, sir.
What is the current passing through bulb 1 and what is the current passing through bulb 2? Current passing through bulb 1 is 2 by 11 and current passing through bulb 2 is 5 by 11. Getting this much? Okay,
Yes,
then
sir.
tell me what is the resistance in bulb 1? Resistance, you can use the formula V square by P or V by I also. Here also you can use the formula V square by P. Tell me. What is the resistance of bulb 1 and what is the resistance of bulb 2? So V square will be 220 square by 40 in the first case. And in the second case, it will be 220 square by 100. Therefore, tell me what is correct, whereas very good answer. Others try to answer. First case, I'll get 1210. That is what I'm getting answers from you guys. Check whether it is correct. Now tell me answer for the second one. Is this answer correct? All of you getting 1210? I've got this answer from 3 people, so I've written it on the screen. So similarly, find the resistance of the second one. 484. Okay, Aniket, 484. Others check whether you're getting resistance in the second one as 484.
Yes.
Therefore, R is 1210. Here it is 484. Okay. Now, I found out V, I, P, R for both the bulbs. Correct? I know voltage, I know current, I know power, I know resistance. Now, let me read the question again. What will happen if this bulb and this bulb are connected in series? So, this and this. That means R1 and R2 are connected in series across a 40-volt supply. Now, can I say the diagram will become like this? Now tell me, what is the current which is passing through the supply? What is the total current which is passing through the supply? Can anyone tell me the answer? What is the total current of this full supply or full circuit? Okay. I'll try it again. Start. Tell me, what is the total current that you're getting in the circuit? Solve and tell me. I equal to V by R. 40 divided by 1210 plus 484. 40 divided by 1254. So tell me. 40 divided by 1254. Approximately, okay, I'm getting this answer approximately equal to 0.03. Check whether you're getting this answer. Are you getting 0.03 approx? All of you.
Yes.
Now, the total current in this circuit is 0.03 ampere. But what is the total current over here? 2 by 11 for the bulb. Can I say this bulb will need 5 by 11? This bulb will need 2 by 11. But my current in the circuit is 0.03. My current is only 0.03. Therefore, can I say, is the current enough to start the circuit? Or is the current enough even for one of the bulbs? No, because this bulb will require 2 by 11. This bulb will require 5 by 11. Okay, but the current in the circuit is 0.03. Now, can I say this current is less than both the bulbs or even individual bulb? Therefore, can I say nothing will start? Can I say the circuit will not get activated itself because the current is very, very less? Now, which option matches this? Which option matches this particular scenario? Can I say answer D, neither lamp will fuse? Can I say answer is D, neither lamp will fuse? Now, this question is important not for the number. This question is important because of the logic and because of the steps. Please look at the screen again. Okay. You will be given two bulbs. You will be given they are in series. First, you have to calculate current and then you have to calculate resistance individually. Why do you need to calculate current? Because you need to compare your final answer of current with individual bulb. Why do you need resistance individually? Because you need it for the next step where I need the total current in the circuit. Therefore, the first step is I have to find the current and resistance of bulb 1, and then I have to find the current and resistance of bulb 2. And once you get it, I will use the formula for total current in the circuit, which is V by R, R equivalent. In this case, R equivalent is R1 plus R2 because resistance in series is R1 plus R2. Therefore, my answer for current will be 0.03 approximately. My answer for total current will be 0.03 approximately, which is lesser than the individual bulbs that are connected. It is lesser than the individual bulbs that are connected. Therefore, answer is D. Neither of the lamp will fuse. My answer is D, that neither of the lamps will fuse. Is it clear, all of you? Okay. Now look at question number 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me if you have understood all 4. In fact, question number 4, there is a shortcut as well. Yes, whereas you can do that also. Actually, answer can be D for multiple reasons. We have taken the longest method. Even by theory, by looking at the voltage source and voltage of the bulb, we can get it. Okay. Most of the people will get the right answer just by approximation. But this is the actual long cut method to do the answer. Multiple shortcuts in terms of voltage, resistance, power, and current to get the answer D. So tell me 1, 2, 3, 4, all clear. Anyone has any doubt in 1, 2, 3, 4?
No, sir.
Okay. 5th one is your next homework. How many homeworks done?
6 done.
So this
Six.
was the sixth one.
6th one. 6th is this is the 6th one, right? Okay, then I'll give you 10 itself. Okay, take down 7th one, 8th one as your next homework, and 12th one. Okay, so from concept application, take 5, 7, 8, 12. Total how many over?
9.
9. Then take 13th one also as homework. So make it 10. Take 13th one
Can you
also
please
as homework.
repeat?
5, 7, 8, 12, 13. Understood? Okay. Now come to question number 6. Tell me what should be the answer for question number 6. Come to question number 6 and tell me what should be the answer. Start. Question number 6 answer I'm getting from all of you is 1 minute. Sumitra correct, Savi correct, Malhar correct, Peras, Rudra, Rahul, check your answer. Rudra correct, Devansh correct, Aniket correct, Yash correct, Shayank correct, Chitra correct, Siddesh, check your answer. Kinari correct. Answer will be C, 9p. I hope you understood. We have done it right now. In the theory itself, we have done it. Answer will be 9p. That is actually 3 into 3p we will get. We'll get the answer as 9p. Tell me, are you getting it, all of you? Siddesh, just check. Ninth one, direct question. Start. Ninth one is a direct question. Start. Savi, very good. Ninth one is a direct question. Start. Sumitra, correct. Peras, correct. Shayan, correct. Malhar, correct. Yash, correct. Devansh, correct. Rudra, correct. Aniket, correct. Sakshi, correct. Siddesh, check your answer. Kinari, correct. Divya, correct. Siddesh, correct. Answer is A. It is direct, which is P1 plus P2. Answer is direct, which is P1 plus P2 because they are connected in parallel. We just did the table. Okay, turn the page. Start with the 15th one. That is the last one. 15th one. Savi, correct. It's a direct logic. Savi, Rudra, Aniket, Siddesh. Yes, check your answer. Sumitra, correct. Malhar, correct. If resistance is connected in series, the total resistance increases. And if the total resistance increases, they are saying what will happen to the power. That is the power dissipated. What will happen to that? Therefore, answer is straightforward. Divya, correct. Peras, correct. Sumitra, correct. Yes, check and tell me. Others have given me the right answer anyway. Shayan, correct. Yes, check your answer. So if resistance increases, power across R1 will definitely decrease. Power across R1 will definitely decrease. Therefore, answer is A. Anyone getting any other answer other than A, please let me know. Okay. So with that, we have completed concept application 1. The questions that I have done, please go through, and the homework, please submit it soon, just not before. And some of you have not submitted, please keep submitting. All 10 questions clear of homework?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I had a doubt.
1 minute. So Yash, when do you use I square or V square by R? If they say same voltage, then you have to use V square by R. If they say same current, then you have to use I square R. So whatever they mention in the question is constant or it is same, they'll mention. Then you have to use that particular. Okay, Yash. Yes, sir, I will do it. Okay, so if you have any doubts in today's class, you stay back. Before that, I will be taking 1 hour throughout the week. Okay, I will be informing you 1 day prior, looking at your timetable, looking at your free slot, and I'll try to go ahead with this. Okay, instead of a single 3-hour slot. The thing is, we are getting choked with the timetable. That is the problem. So I will let you know 1 day before, and you guys let me know in the group itself. Possible, let me know. Not possible, also let me know. We'll keep it on some other alternate day. Okay, fine, all of you. Okay, so for now we are done. If you have any doubts, stay back, or else you can log off. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. Yes, Akshay. Fortunately, happy. It's a good news or a bad news to me? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay. I have time till 5:05. How much ever I can, I will do it. Okay. So first person who had asked me is Savi. Can you solve the 10th one? 10th one we have not done, Savi. You want me to do it? I can do it for you in some time. We have not done it. No, I can do it for you. Let me know. Part 1, only today's class. Part 1, I'll keep a doubt solving. For part 1, archives and everything. So doubt solving right now is for questions that are done today.
So can I leave? Can I leave, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Aniket, we can do it then. Siddesh, okay. Siddesh, question 4. So Siddesh, when such kind of question is asked, first you have to find current and first you have to find resistance across each bulb. First thing. First you have to find current and first you have to find resistance across each bulb. Then you need to find total current in the circuit. And then that total current you have to compare with the current of individual bulb. If it is more, okay, if it is more, then it will fuse. If it is less, then it will not fuse. So in our particular case, the current was very less compared to individual bulbs. Therefore, it could not fuse. That was the logic.
So,
Question number 6.
so that you told that we have to find current. Now then we have to find the current, right?
First, you
Add
have to
to
find
current.
current in individual bulb. Then you have to find total current in the circuit. Means total
So-
you have to find 3 currents: I1, I2, and total I.
So then how we will find the total? We have to add that individually or something other step?
No, total current is total voltage divided by total resistance. Total voltage is given, no? They're connected across a 40-volt supply. Check the question.
Okay, so
So total current you have to use I equal to V by R.
yes,
Okay, got it, Siddesh?
yes. Thank you.
Aniket, for you, Rahul, I'll tell you the shortcut for 6. It is n square. Just check. 6th question. If you use n square, you will get the answer. Let me know if you have understood.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, yeah, that's it. This question asked, no, that means at last we have to check. Sir, we have to check separately. Means two answer was came 2 by 11, and we have checked that total current is 0.03. So means how we will do it? Means,
Individual bulb current you can calculate with power formula. Then the total current formula will be V by R. See here, the total current formula will be V by R1 plus R2. V is 40. R1 and R2 we calculate. And individual current formula is P by V. Individual current formula is P by V.
Sir, answer came means no clues, na? So means how we have checked that? That only I am asking at last.
Our answer came 0.03, last answer, correct?
Yes.
Now see the first answer. 2 by 11. 2 by 11 is greater or 0.03 is greater? 2 by 11 is greater.
Yes.
Second, 5 by 11 is greater or 0.03 is greater? 5 by 11 is greater. Therefore, can I say 0.03 is less than individual bulbs? Therefore, the bulb require minimum that much current, but the total current passing is not even that much. Therefore, the bulb will not fuse.
Okay, sir. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Savi, I will send you the answer for the 10th one. Just send me a WhatsApp. I will just send you the image. Okay. So thank you all of you. I'll see you in the next class.